Last time on the Strings of Fate podcast.
It's not just that. First of all, the merriment and that whole deal, but also the time reversed, right? Right? We were all there and we saw the thing that happened.
Where are we headed?
We need a place that's secure. Elizabeth, can we go back to your office?
She has been convinced to intervene in very small moments on your behalf, and for what reason? I don't know. I don't know what makes you more special than every other person in the universe. At that moment, Azram, there's a sudden blink of a connection. Ascending. Hi, this message is from Ladara. We are safe. We are in the Temple District. Can we meet up? And to that point, there is a knock on the door. Elizabeth, are you in there? And Elizabeth kind of shoots up and says, "Oh no, not now. Sorry, Mother, I'm still... just 1 second. I heard that you had left in the middle of your workday. Is everything all right?" And as this voice hits your ears, Vincent, you feel your heart pick up pace and heat rising as anger begins to bubble. Vincent, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me. DC 20.
Oh my god.
DC 20, you said?
Jesus Christ.
You have advantage on this because we had discussed before campaign that you had spent your money on some kind of artifact to help you with this particular saving throw.
Oh my god. And I'm using my special red D20. 20.
Natural?
No. 19 plus 1.
Okay, but...
There is an aspect of Vincent Obra that many do not know of, and far less understand. A facet of the dilemma that came with that ruby red amulet dangling from his neck, hidden under layers and layers of clothing stinging against his skin. An anger that rises from inside. One that is not his. But few know what it feels like, looks like. And Vincent really hasn't been able to find the words to describe it. But if one were to attempt to describe that deluge of volatility that floods at the sound of a certain voice or at the mention of a name, it would be akin to the feeling of losing consciousness in an avalanche of snow and ice. A sudden force of biting cold that burns and surrounds, setting upon nerves and seeping into your blood. Surrounded on all sides, twisted around and compacted, claustrophobic in your own mind. And as everything approaches a breaking point where tears well up and desperation rises from your chest into a pitched scream, sudden warmth and exhaustion. And the body begins to give up and fall to sleep. You feel the onset of that snow and ice, but you're able to resist it. As visibly from the outside, how does Vincent look?
He freezes up. Completely still. And his eyes are wide, and he looks like a deer in headlights, a little fight or flight or freeze moment happening.
Eyes wide, stuck in this room as everyone quiets at the sound of a voice outside the door of Elizabeth's office. she currently has her hand on the doorknob, which is shaking.
No.
But she just holds it there. Azrim, you take notice of Vincent across this sitting arrangement that you have on the other couch. Suddenly, in a cold sweat and very panicked.
He's looking sort of down towards the floor at nothing in particular, and he's saying, like, mumbling to himself, no, not now, not right now, please, not now.
Azrim would probably get up and go over to Vincent and be like, hey, are you okay?
What? No.
What's wrong?
His breathing sort of gets irregular, and he's not really there. It's like he can't really see you.
Can Azrim tell that it's like in reaction to...
Make an insight check.
Natural 20.
Really? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Perceptive.
With a natural 20, I will give you two things. One, there is this sort of eyes darting back and forth between just everywhere and then back to the door and then back to Elizabeth, so you can immediately tell that there's some kind of reaction there. And two, it's a reaction that you personally have seen once before. In a snowy alley in Siniath before Vincent lunged and struck down a seemingly innocent person.
Yeah, Vincent doesn't really see the office. He just sees snow and like red on the snow. And that's all he can sort of think of right now.
Azrim would probably... He'd be like, Elizabeth, who is that?
It's nobody.
Yeah, don't let them in here.
I wasn't... Yes, I'm sorry, I'm all right. I just had a meeting that ran long. I promise we can make up our... And the words begin to fade as Elizabeth starts to make excuse about missing some kind of lunch appointment with this person, and ends her sentence with a polite and courteous "Mother." As the door rattles, shakes and says, "Are you sure? From behind the door, you can hear this voice speaking out, very polite, very worried. "I was talking to some of the staff and they said that you came back and you were in quite a state. I just want to make sure everything's all right. Can I come in, please?" And
No.
Frozen as the door handle is, she's trying to lock the door. She looks towards everyone, this wide-eyed panic in her eyes, seeing the motley crew of people here, not really noticing what's happening with Vincent, but also noticing that she has a crew of people that no one would recognize and also would be difficult to explain the day that she's had. So she's really trying to keep it shut currently, as you all are there. Vincent, give me another wisdom saving throw, please. Same DC.
Oh my god. It's not gonna make
Still have advantage. What's your wisdom save?
It's a +1.
Whew.
Christian.
Rough.
Rough one. It's not an instant failure. Yep.
7.
Azrim, as you kind of are sitting next to Vincent, trying to handle this situation, trying to think of a way out or some kind of way to keep that door shut, you feel Vincent begin to stand to his feet.
Azram pushes him down.
Make a athletics check, and Vincent, you also, if you could please give me an athletics or an acrobatics check. This is a grapple.
Oh, please, Azram, be strong. I rolled pretty good.
Azram's pretty strong.
Azram's a beefcake, okay?
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Thank God.
There's an
I got a
iron-
23. What did you get in total?
Oh, natural 20. Plus 6.
There's an iron grip on Vincent's arm as you pull him back down, and he is actively fighting you. You can feel that it's not just an annoyed shrug away. It is as if he is trying to tear away from you. Just this silent rage that's building in Vincent. And it's at this point that the others in your party are starting to notice as DeVille turns confused and Dresden shoots a look.
Azram would like keep pushing him down and be like, Vincent, stay with me. Look at me. Look at me.
Do I have any control over my body at this point?
You still have a little bit of control. You're in this in-between phase where you can feel the cold beginning to take you, but you can still see, you can still hear, you can still feel your body fighting you as you are refocused on Azram. Go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw. The DC is down
Right now.
to 18.
Oh, Christian.
It's advantage.
Well, before I do that, can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Okay. He sort of snaps out of it, and he just for a second, and he looks at Azram, and he's like, I can't be here. I have to leave. I can't be here. 14.
2 strikes.
God
as
damn
you
it.
kind of begin to wrench away from Azram, you can hear the voice on the other side of the door protesting in this very worried and scared voice saying, listen, can we just... it won't take a moment. I just want to make sure you're all right. I know that there's a lot of stress coming up with the festival in the week. I want to make sure you're all right and that you're ready for it. We never miss tea time. As Elizabeth says, I'm with clients. I really can't do this right now. Please. Persuasion check.
Please. I don't like the way you looked at that dice.
There's a release from the door as Elizabeth is able to lock it. And actually, I should also make a deception check. It's not bad. And there's silence from the other side of the door as Elizabeth, still holding the doorknob, her ear pressed to the side, kind of takes a deep breath and backs away from the door. Make another athletics or acrobatics. You make an athletics check. Ezra.
20, not natural.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Vincent quickly pushes back. With the lightest relief of pressure, you feel him just slip out of your grasp as he begins to just make his way to the door.
Azram casts command.
Oh.
God, what is that? Is that a charisma save?
Wisdom save.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
another-
You don't have
I'm gonna
advantage
use-
on this one.
You're fighting with all the little voices up there. That's an 11.
Is it against my spell save?
It's against your spell save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a save. And Azram said, stop. And then Azram looks at Dresden and DeVille and is like, I'm going to explain this later, but make sure that Vincent doesn't leave this room.
You shout these words out, and there's this crackle of energy in the air that just hits Vincent's ears, causing him to freeze in place for just a moment. And you see this energy. It's not yours. These almost like mist-like purple and red energy that just surrounds him for a moment. He stops for the amount of time, and Deville and Dresden begin to make their way forward to restrain him. And as that's happening, as Elizabeth is backing away from the door, you hear this loud, like, from the other end, and you see the door just unlock as the door
What the fuck?
pushes open. It says, "I'm sorry about this, but I have to."
Oh my god.
As
Azram would probably run to the door.
okay, go ahead and give me a dex check. That's
I'm
dexterity.
fully out of control of my body at this
And
point.
I would,
Somebody else help me.
as he's
Jesus
running,
fucking
he
Christ.
would like look at Deville and Dresden and be like, "Don't let go of him."
Deville and Dresden grab you, both of them just using pure strength to hold you as best as they can, as they both grab onto your arms, still unaware of the situation and thus not using their spells currently. They might change their mind later.
Dex?
They're going to both make an athletic check against you. Give me one with advantage, athletics, acrobatics. None of them are that strong, but a dex check to get to the door.
5.
You shoot up from the chair and begin to rush across the room. Your leg catches on the table as you just kind of stumble past Vincent as the door pushes fully open.
I got a 10.
You got a 10? Yep, even with their strength, Dresden is able to kind of hold on to you and wrench you backwards.
Am I still under the command spell though?
They only last for like 6
It only
seconds.
lasts for like
okay.
6
So
seconds.
sorry.
Yeah. So as soon as that action is done, I mean, as soon as that crackling energy fades from Azram, you are back to just, at this point, just wrenching yourself forward, almost like this very almost like feral movement, trying to push towards the door. And walking in, you see a very distinguished, older, half-elven woman. She's probably in her, like, mid-50s, probably getting up there in age, and she has very beautiful features. She's got long, silvery hair that is very neatly tied back, and she is wearing robes reminiscent of the Magus Academy insignia. Except she is a bit more decorated in how she dresses, more so than many of the professors you had seen. She walks in and, sort of surprised, wide-eyed, looks and says, "Oh, what is going on?" As Elizabeth says, "Mother, please," and tries to push her out. Azram, you're tripping over yourself, and Vincent is like lunging towards her.
Azram would probably be like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I need you to get out."
Make an intimidation check
Oh, I would love to.
versus.
This would be so bad. Can I do anything? Am I able
You
to do
can
anything?
make me another wisdom save.
You can.
Yeah, it's an 18 still.
19 total.
Intimidation 20.
Intimidation 20. With her roll to resist, she's not intimidated as she stands tall and she looks you in the eye and says, "Excuse me," and looks towards Vincent, who you've been kind of wrenching yourself forward. The scene that she's walked into, she sees her daughter standing there, very tired, very shocked, and a bit scared. She sees a tiefling man in the office that is being held back by two people who is basically like looks like a wild animal at this point, like lunging forward, and this very nice gentleman runs forward and says, "Leave, you have to get out of here." And she does not back down.
Azram would be like, she said she was dealing with a patient. Not sure if you understand that. This situation's dangerous. Please get out for your own safety.
You say these words to her, and her eyes are focused on Vincent, who you regain. You pull yourself back from the brink. You have 2 successes and 2 failures.
Okay.
Currently. You pull yourself back from the brink of completely losing it to see this woman looking directly at you. Make an insight check for me, please.
Oh, please roll good. I want to know what's going on. Natural 20. Plus 9. 29.
There is an unexpected composure on her face. And there is no fear whatsoever. She recognizes you.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
And I'm assuming I don't recognize her.
Never seen her before in your life.
Yep.
There is a recognition on her face that stays as she pushes past Azram and walks directly up to you.
Azram's gonna kill this woman.
Make a final wisdom save for me.
Can I do one? Can I try a thing?
Go ahead and try a thing.
Vincent is more panicked than he's ever been. Out of sheer instinct, he tries to cast Dimension Door.
What level?
Let's see. Can I cast it at? That's gonna be a 4th level spell.
Natural 20 to counterspell.
God damn it!
Fuck you! I don't even like you. You're not even fun. Oh, it's fun, Christian. We're having fun.
Lifts her hand
/J.
as you are trying to Dimension Door and get anywhere out of here. You think of any place you've seen within 300 feet in any direction to get out of here.
It's 500 feet. So.
500 feet.
Excuse you.
Rules
lawyer. It doesn't work either way.
Well, anyway.
Fucking work, so.
500 feet
Stay
in
fucking put.
any direction, anywhere, any place you've been in this building, in any of these labyrinthian halls.
It's a fancy word.
And you feel the smoke begin to coalesce around your body, and then you see her hand raise in a quick, sharp motion, and it's dispelled.
Do you want me to wisdom save now?
I mean, you also have your. You can do whichever you'd like, but the wisdom save will come after you finish this full turn.
Okay.
So you have bonus action reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was a possibility she would fail that counter spell. To be fair.
Okay. So as a bonus action,
Yep.
what I'm going to do is when that spell fizzles out, he's going to use Misty Step.
Gotcha.
And how big is this office?
This office is quite spacey. I wouldn't say it's, a full 60 feet, but I'd say that it's probably
I think I only have 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably around that size. I'm not off the top of my head. I'm not entirely sure. It's leaning towards like 40 by 30, something along those lines.
And she's in the room.
She's in the room, walking towards you.
I'm gonna Misty Step out into the hallway and I'm gonna book it.
Vincent is gone. And from your perspective, you just see a puff of mist. And what does it look like when you Misty Step?
It is kind of just a puff of black mist, and he's gone.
Yeah. And you hear just footsteps and stumbling, running out in the hallway.
Can Azram far step and go with him?
Okay. Go. Yeah, you absolutely can. You far step, just a crackling bolt of lightning. You are next to Vincent, who is running.
Full speed ahead.
I think Azram would, because he can keep far stepping, right? Like on each bonus.
You can.
I think
on
he
each
would.
of your subsequent turns.
He would grab him, and then he would continue to far step as far away as he can.
Oh my god. It's just like, ha!
Give me your wisdom saving throw. You have advantage. It's
19. First one was a 2.
3 successes versus 2 failures. You are able to shake off the cold as Azram. You are dodging through hallways of clerics and nurses that are moving people through these different hallways in the temple. They're screaming as you are flying down the corridors, just appearing at the ends of different hallways, rushing through, trying to get to where?
The exit.
Exit and main entrance? Sure. These are, I have described them several times as labyrinthine, so give me a survival check, both of you.
Oh.
What's that about? Vincent, you just got out of this stupor, so give me one with disadvantage, I will say.
Survival.
This is to navigate your ways through the hallway.
I'm so cool. Natural 20.
Oh, thank God I got a 6.
There is silver lightning that blasts through the hallways of the temples of the Fractured Mother. You appear in one area. You fly past the clerics and the nurses, who fall backwards onto the floor, just trying to get away from this magical force, as they are all shocked at this uproar of noise, as you are all just teleporting from room to room, down hallways, pushing through, breaking through doors, trying to get through. You retrace your steps all the way back to the entrance, where you see that wide, echoing, enormous entryway with those enormous stained glass windows pointing towards the Fractured Mother in the center. And you see the crowd as you burst through the door. There's people talking, and people haven't fully noticed what is happening yet, as you have reached the entranceway of the Temple of the Fractured Mother. What are you doing from here as Vincent, you kind of feel yourself regaining your strength?
I think Azram would try to take him outside.
Okay. You begin to walk out, push past through the crowds towards the outside, your footsteps echoing into this hallway, and you can hear the doors kind of open. Minutes later, as you are just leaving, the doors kind of open and a commotion beginning to form over at the front, but by that time you're already way outside, as you are hit with the twilight sky and the beautiful marble architecture of Lunastra. You begin to make your way down past this long forming line. Vincent, breathing heavily by your side. You have escaped this situation, but 2 of your allies are still back there.
Azram would probably grab his necklace and be like, sorry, try to get out.
Oh my god.
With Dresden, please. Sorry.
With Dresden.
Lots of love. XOXO.
LOL.
Roll a D100 for me, please.
38.
You feel as though the connection doesn't go through,
What the
and you're not sure why. It just feels like it doesn't reach anywhere. It goes towards somewhere and then hits a barrier.
What the
Azram will probably be like, I'll deal with that in a second. And then he'll look at Vincent and be like, are you okay?
I'm sorry.
It's
so
okay,
sorry.
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's
panicked.
fine.
I panicked. I'm sorry. She knows what I did. I'm sorry.
I don't give a shit
No,
about...
it's bad. It's bad. Why now? Of course it was.
It's okay. Nothing happened.
I can't go back up there.
Yeah, you really can't.
No, I
You really can't.
Renair's still up there.
Well,
I can't go back.
We'll figure it out. First thing we need to do is we need to get you literally anywhere else. Just a warm bed, maybe.
Where are you all heading?
I'm following Azram's lead. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening.
Azram would probably... Damn. I think he would probably... The only place he could really think of to go is a Sleepy Sheepy.
Okay.
Sleepy sheepy.
You begin to make your way down. And Vincent, you can only feel yourself in this deeply apologetic state, uttering these apologies. And you feel it rising from your chest, echoing outwards. Go ahead and give me an insight check on yourself.
Oh,
For me, please.
good self check-in. All right, 17 plus 9.
You can feel as though some of these apologies are not your own. As you walk through the streets, past the crowds. Ladara, give me a perception check.
Okay. Cocked. 28.
Damn.
You have just a few minutes after these messages have gathered and you have begun to walk your way through the beautiful topiaries and well-tamed gardens of the Temple District. You begin to make your way towards that central Temple District. And had it been anyone else, you may not have seen them. At this point, it's not immediately after. Timeline-wise, I believe this is a few minutes after the message has been sent. You've mobilized everyone. You've begun your walk towards... And you see them just as you are moving onto the main street, far off, moving away from the Temple District. A green tiefling, his head hung low, and an air genasi that is holding on to him and helping him forward with each step.
Oh, my friends. They're over there. I see them. She'll try to wave and get one of your attention.
Azram would probably be at least a little on the lookout for like Dresden and DeVille or any sign of like anyone coming after them. So he would probably be a little looking.
It's been a bit of a slow walk from the steps to the end of this street, where also none of you have ever been here before. So there's no clear path for you to get back to the inn that you were staying at. And as you are walking, would you call out to them, or how would it work? How would you go for this?
Shoot an arrow at them.
Shoot an arrow at them, shoot in the
Throw a
back.
dagger, you know.
Like,
Azram!
She would probably just not run, kind of speed over to them, like be like, I'll go grab them, basically. And just kind of like, she would not like call out into the streets.
Are you doing it stealthily?
No.
Okay. There's a very quick approach then from behind you, Azram, and it is almost unsettling, and in the heated moment that you are still kind of trying to de-escalate from, you suddenly turn around and see your elven companion.
Azram, Vincent.
oh God, Latara.
Hey,
Hi.
are you guys all right?
I'm gonna be honest, not In the slightest, no.
Is she with everyone else, or is it just her?
They were coming up from behind. You see a good crowd of people walking up
Asra would be like,
alongside.
Auna, Latara, do you guys know how to get back to the Sleepy Sheepy?
As you notice that sort of walking up, Auna is there.
Shirtless?
Yeah, shirtless currently still.
Oh my god, he's still shirtless.
Shirtless still. And behind him,
Asra would be like,
We can
dude.
explain.
behind him, this group of people that you may have thought was just maybe walking around the same pace, just like an unaffiliated group, stops as well. As you see a fire genasi.
Is he hot?
Of course he
Yes.
Yeah, he's hot. I wrote him. He's hot.
That's what's funny, by the way.
He's hot.
A fire genasi, a dwarven woman. On the back of the fire genasi, you see a half-elven man who is unconscious, and a shorter human woman with a very bubbly demeanor, and then a taller half-elven woman.
Nice
As they all stop and say,
crew you got here.
I have a lot to explain.
I do too, but
Okay, we should sleep
Unfortunate-
in.
the Sleepy
The sleepy sheep, whatever it's called.
Can you take Vincent back to the Sleepy Sheep? I gotta go figure out what's going on with
Are they not with?
DeVille, and I have a lot to explain. But maybe not right now. But all that to say, I need to go back in there. And
Did something happen?
yes,
You can't. No, you can't.
I can't leave
Did
them
I-
there with her.
With who?
You know, I don't actually know.
Okay.
But you remember, as the room like kind of leans into Ladara, so like only really she hears, is like, do you remember, when Vincent like, please, like in the street? You remember that?
Oh, right. Okay. Vincent,
Code Red. Code.
let's go. I'm gonna trust Azram that you know what you're doing and that it's nothing actually dangerous that you're going into.
I won't die.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go to the Sleepy Sheep. It's all right. It's Azram. He'll be fine. I don't know what's going on, but come on.
God damn it, could you-
And she puts her arm
Azram-
around him and he's like, okay, we're going. Come on.
Azra, make sure that Renee's okay, please.
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
you see the Riders of Fate sort of stop
Riders
and
of
look
Fate.
and say, James speaks up and says, I suppose these are your friends?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Azram, Vincent, really quick. We can figure this out later.
Listen, we don't have
These
to
are my friends. We're gonna go to the. Is that all right if we go to the
No,
Sleepy
introductions
Sheep?
are fine. And she sort of speaks up and says, is it somewhere that we can lay low as well?
Absolutely.
Hate to draw attention to you all.
It's huge. We have the nicest room. We have a view.
Oh yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. We'll be fine.
Oh, view.
Yeah, you can take Ladara's bed.
Really moving up in the world.
It's not like you wanted to sleep in it anyway.
Well, I've been trying it out.
She's like, I slept better last night than I have in my entire life.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I haven't slept at all until then.
Yeah, James says, okay, well, wherever it is, let's get there quick.
Yeah, Fenlon needs
I
to
think-
rest.
Yeah, all the rocks are starting to weigh him down as he's kind of trying to
What?
joke around with it.
Yeah, that's also something I'm gonna have to explain. It's really complicated, but Vincent, we'll have a nice little journey, and then we'll get into it later.
Okay.
They pull up their cloaks. Granny alongside says, I guess I'm just going wherever the wind takes me.
Sorry, Granny.
Oh, Joey, please be watching the shop.
Joey!
She walks along with you, and the crew diverges there as you begin to make your way back into the Temple of the Fractured Mother.
Azram would probably duck into an alley. And so the people in there is it like everyone's kind of dressed the same?
Yeah, people who are working there definitely
Yeah.
have the same kind of flowing, pale garb on. They wear like these cloaks, and then some of them wear very well-ornamented clothing as well, but they all kind of stick towards the same color palette and style.
Asriel would probably disguise himself to look like someone who works there.
Okay, perfect. You disguise yourself as someone who works in the Temple of the Fractured Mother. You get as best a disguise as you can going as you make your way back inside. Where are you headed? It's been, like I said, time extrapolate a little bit. It's been like 15, 20 to 30 minutes, like somewhere within that time frame of when you left and come back.
Asriel would probably head towards Elizabeth's office again. Okay. His first instinct.
Go ahead and give me a deception check. This is you're acting as somebody else and you're trying to pretend like you fit in to make your way back to the office.
Do I get advantage because of my actor feat?
You do get advantage because of your actor feat.
Come on, Asriel.
Okay.
You're pretending to be a doctor currently, or like a PA.
Deception, you said?
Deception, yes.
Okay, wow. 25.
Oh, okay.
25. You are acting your way through the halls of the Temple of the Fractured Mother. You see people sort of giving you a nod here and there. What would you? What do you look like right now? Would you say?
He looks like probably like a human man, maybe like 40s, 50s, like graying, like graying, like silvery blackish, like graying hair. Pretty standard.
Okay.
Like that one dude from Spider-Man. Headlines.
J. Jonah Jameson. Headlines. So don't screw this up.
Headlines.
National coverage.
So don't screw this up.
You are
my
walking
God.
through the hallways in your disguise.
J. Jonah Jameson cosplay.
Wearing these garbs. You begin to walk through. And you hear sort of from behind you say, "Oh, doctor, if I could stop you for a second."
How rude.
I'm sorry. I'm very busy at the moment.
You see like a younger sort of member of the temple there in the same garb says, I know, I'm sorry, I'm such a huge fan. Dr. Hilden, and he like
What did
reaches
she
out
say,
to
Dr.
Dr.
what?
Hilden, he says to you, as he kind of reaches his hand out to shake yours. He says, I'm new here. I just started and I've been trying to meet you. I had heard about your recent surgery and the success, and and he's kind of like freaking out a little bit as he's got this huge smile on his face. His hand is still extended for a handshake.
Asriel would grab it firmly. He'd be like, nice to meet you.
Wow. Wow. This is a dream for me. Honestly, I mean, you were an inspiration growing up.
My
for me.
God.
I would not be here without your cases. What was that one?
No.
Listen, kiddo. I appreciate the admiration, and you look like you have a bright future ahead of you. Unfortunately, like I said, right now I have very pressing matters. So please, I'll catch you later. You just started. I'll see you some other time.
Give me a deception check.
Oh my God.
25 again.
Oh my God.
He kind of looks and says, "You're so right. I'm so sorry about that. What happened to your accent?"
Oh, bye.
Get out of there.
Have you met me before?
Oh, you gave the speech at the induction of the new physicians, but I suppose, you know what, I haven't talked to you personally, so sorry, I shouldn't have asked. I'm very nervous, but maybe we could talk sometime some more. I'd love to, get to know some of the higher staff.
Yep, coffee tomorrow at 5. See you in the cafeteria.
AM? As you're already walking away.
You'll figure it out.
I'm just going to be there at 5, waiting for you.
AM and PM.
AM and PM. He's like, maybe you meant PM. And then he's going to be there at 5 p.m.
Oh.
You begin to walk off as, behind you, he's just kind of looking at his hand. He's kind of like, Yes. You make your way back. You find yourself weaving through those halls until eventually you reach the outside of Elizabeth's office.
I think the whole time Azram would have been a little on the prowl to see if he saw Dresden or DeVille like leaving, you know?
Not that you can see.
Okay. Awesome. Can he put his
You
ear?
can see that. Oh, you could see that there was the commotion, which was that there are people like picking up the things that were dropped and like knocked aside when you were making your great escape through these halls, and there's security kind of on a higher alert currently, looking around the premises, but not as though this whole place is being shut down or something along those lines. But no sign of Dresden or DeVille.
His spells are like damage. Like I can cast like fucking
Fireball.
banishing smite.
You whip someone out of existence if you may, I suppose. If that would,
No good reason.
if that would help you, you banish that intern.
You're like, out of my way.
Elemental bane. Like I can
Just that.
Azram can he put his ear up to the door and see if he hears them talking?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I will.
Come on,
Period.
Azram.
11.
There are words being exchanged from the other side of the door. You can't make them out, though.
Can I tell it like if
You
it's
can what sounds to be like DeVille talking, and someone else as well.
They're still alive.
They're
Good.
So they're
alive.
still alive.
Thank God.
What state they're in, you're not entirely sure.
Stay.
Azram would knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You hear from the other side Elizabeth's voice speak up and says, yes, who is it? I'm with a client right now.
What was the name that the intern called me?
Dr. Hilden.
Dr. Hilden. Which accent?
Just trying a new one.
Make a perception check. I'm going to make a D100 to see if that's the correct accent.
Oh my God, I hope it's like a country accent.
D100 check.
Dr.
Hit a certain
Hilden. Dr.
percentage.
Hilden.
Dr. Hilden. Just keep trying them out. Oh God, no, my good D20. They've been rolling so well.
You're gonna roll so bad now.
Now you gotta
You're
use
forced to
another
roll
one.
bad now.
Oh my God,
Forced to roll
guys.
bad.
You're forced.
Oh my God.
Please, please, please.
36.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a straight roll for me.
Oh my God. Oh,
Bang bong.
Bing bong.
Straight deception check.
Bonk. Oh no.
14.
Okay.
One thing clerics do have is good wisdom.
No.
As you hear, Oh yeah. So what are you saying actually? what you said, Dr. Hilden? Is there anything else you're saying? Besides just being like, it's me, Dr. Hilden.
It's me, Dr.
Hello.
Dr. Hilden.
Yeah, if she's doing it through a door. If she's doing it through a door, I'll give her disadvantage. Okay. Continue.
Would Azram know that the accent didn't hit? Would he get that out?
Probably not immediately, but you know, you might guess like, but not my best work.
He'd be like, I have some matters to discuss with you.
Oh my God.
They're quite urgent.
You hear the door just kind of, and the door kind of pull open just a bit. You can see sort of peeking through the pink tiefling. Elizabeth kind of looks and says, "What? Who are you?"
It's just Elizabeth?
It's just Elizabeth peeking through the door. You can see DeVille and Dresden are sat down on the couch. And there's another figure sat across from them. And there's tea lined up on the table there.
Azram would... Honestly, he's running out of options. He probably would like drop the disguise like only in his face and be like, "It's me. I came back to get them."
Oh my goodness. Mr. Johnson, she doesn't know. Listen, we're Where's Vincent?
Don't worry about it right now.
Are you sure It's okay. You can come in. She's not dangerous.
Okay. Then Azram would... Does he trust her?
Make an insight check. Do you trust her?
Do you trust her? You just met her.
12.
She seems like she's telling the truth. Yeah, she certainly seems like she's saying something. I mean, she seems like she's genuine about what she's saying.
I was going to be like, seems like a trustworthy guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And then if he like sees no one's looking at him, he'd drop his disguise and then he'd walk in.
You walk into the office. The same scene is unfolded before you. This small tea set, and your two companions sat on the couch, and sitting across from them is that distinguished older woman. She looks at you and says, you're back.
Yeah.
And the other one is not with you, I assume.
Got enough tea for me?
Please, I didn't expect company, but I can always call for more. I know that you don't know me, and you probably don't trust me, but I was just explaining something to your friends here. That may take a bit, but I just wanted to tell you this to start. You don't have to trust me, but I really want to help your friend.
With what?
With the amulet. That's where we'll take a break.
She doesn't want to kill me.
Hey, it's Christian with the break. Thank you for listening to episode 47 of SoftPod, the first episode of this week, as we have another one coming out on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We wanted to load some recordings in here and get us to episode 50 for the anniversary of SoftPod, which is next week on Thursday, by the way. So there's going to be 2 episodes coming out. To this week and to next week. And then in between Wednesday and Friday, on Thursday, there is going to be a SoftPod stream to celebrate the anniversary. More details on all of that to come, but I really hope you're enjoying today's episode, and I hope that you will enjoy the episodes we've got coming out. We are doing a lot of really fun stuff, and it all feels like very classic D&D for all of us, which we're all very excited about. Classic in the sense that it feels like when we used to play before the podcast, not classic as in wargaming. この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Meaning that we have a word from our sponsors. If you are looking for amazing dice, apparel, stickers, and SoftPod merchandise, then look no further than Dungeon Depths. Dungeon Depths is your one-stop shop for quality gaming supplies with character. They have been a fervent sponsor and supporter of the show for pretty much the entirety of the show, and that means almost a year now, which is amazing. And so we really want to always thank them for their sponsorship and for supporting us with beautiful, amazing dice and giveaway materials. Right now, you can get 10% off of your Dungeon Depths order if you use the code SOFTPOD at checkout. That's SOFPOD. This also applies to commission slots whenever they are available. There will be restocks throughout the year in which commission slots and dice will be made available in short periods of time. So keep an eye on the Dungeon Depths social media in order to get the latest news on restocks and merchandise. Thank you, Dungeon Depths. This show is also sponsored by Roll20, a virtual tabletop that you can use to connect with your group from anywhere in the world using the power of the internet. You can check them out at roll20.net. This show is also sponsored by you, the viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber on Patreon if you are. It really helps us because it helps us support the show as well as to pay for a lot of the expenses that the show incurs. And so, if you are an honorary Bard patron, I like to read out a block of names from that list every break. So, thank you to Valentina, Leon, Thea, Olivia, Astrid, Courtney, Jay, Rowan Ash. Thank you all for continuing to support the show. It really means a lot to us. Right now, you could be listening live and reacting in the Softcord. That's right, the community Discord server that we have for all of the fans of the show. We gather every time there's an episode release and we react in the show spoilers chat. We have a nice little live chat that goes on in which we can see everyone's reactions all at once. It's really fun for all of us to hear your reactions because I already know everyone else's reactions that's in the episode and they already know the reactions. And they are biding their time because right now we have a backlog from all the recording we've been doing recently. There's also a bunch of other great channels in the Softcord. We have a lot of channels, but they all serve a small little purpose there in which you can talk about a number of different topics and chat about things that you like. We've got a great mod team that runs that server, so I always got to thank them because they are putting in the work when I definitely don't have the time to moderate the server. So big thank you to the mod team. If you're watching this on YouTube, then don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are looking through a podcast service, then please give us a rating. It really helps to boost us in those numbers. Also, go ahead and comment down below as well. Let me give you a comment prompt real quick. Are there any other games that you'd like to see Softpod play? There are a multitude of RPGs out there, and I love testing out new RPGs. Just the other day, we were talking about trying out the Avatar TTRPG, which I'm very excited to run someday. Maybe not recorded, but at least just for fun. So let us know down below. Anyways, that is all from me. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye-bye. The day settles down around you as you make your way through crowded streets, down back alleys, led by the people that live here, through shortcuts and the differing shades of moonlight that envelop this town, until eventually you see the homely and comforting exterior of the Sleepy Sheep. Vincent, there's still this weight on your mind that holds on to you the entire walk over. But in a sense, you're not alone, as that weight hangs on every one of your new companions here. You push through the door, the little bell at the front rings. Standing behind that reception desk, you see the robust and sheep-like form of Elliot there, who... you're back.
This again, I'm gonna start yawning again.
I know. Well, I think the bar's open, and we have some lunch specials at this point, so feel free to take a look whenever you're free.
That's lovely, Elliot. Thank you. I think we're gonna probably rest for a little bit.
Oh, of course. Nothing like a little afternoon rest. And you were sort of making your way up the stairs. You move to the side as you see Claudia, Elliot's daughter, sort of say, "Oh, excuse me. Good to see you all again." And then looks at the rest of them and says, "Oh, new guests." And then, makes her way just down the stairs. And yeah, Auda's shirtless, and she's like, "Oh my." Just kind of looks away. You make your way up to I believe it was like the second or third floor where your Sweet Dream Suite is. You open up to that room. The moonlight flooding in from the outside. You haven't spent much time in here, but it is welcome respite for each of you after the day that you've all had. As
So many things.
James sort of speaks up and says, wow, it is quite spacious.
It's good to be back. What a long day.
Granny says, all right, James, move Fenlon over. Rest him on the couch, please. Or if you have a bed, that might be better.
Yeah, that's fine. He can take one of the beds for now.
Come on. And she leads off James to go get Fenlon set up. As May and Elise sit down on the couch, and then that just leaves Vincent and Ladara there. What are you both doing?
Vincent, would you like to sit down or lay down? Are you okay?
I've got a headache. I think I need just a minute. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Take a minute. You can explain whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Of course. These are my...
He looks around.
The strangers that are now...
Vincent looks a little confused and he probably looks a little like I don't know who these people are. Vincent, these are some friends of mine from a while ago. Elise, Esme,
Hi.
James, and the one laying down is Fenlon.
Right. They're good people.
Yes, they're
Okay,
good.
I'd like to believe so. I'm sorry to intrude on you all. Thank you for giving us some sanctuary, just for a little bit. The tall,
Sure.
half-elven woman says.
Yeah, just don't make a mess. I walk to one of the rooms and I close the door.
Ladar will walk over and take a seat and just sink. And oh my god, what a day.
What a day indeed.
Do you need anything? Water or... I think there are amenities here. If you need to wash up or anything, feel free to.
I may go down for a drink. Just something to take any kind of edge off at this point. Melanie says, I can go pick up groceries or something, just so, maybe I can start by repaying you all for letting us stay here for a little bit. I am the best cook in our group, I will say.
Naturally, of course.
Perfect. Okay. She kind of pulls her cloak up and says, I will be back then.
All right, just be safe, please.
Always. She smiles as she leaves the door, and James is still in the room with Granny and Fenlon getting set up, and Auda is leaned up against the wall, kind of still not hands on quarterstaff, but he's just staying alert this entire time.
Auda, you should probably put a shirt on now.
Oh, I had completely forgotten at this point.
Yeah.
You're-
Also, here's the scraps of your old shirt. I don't want it.
Catches it. He says, I don't actually know if I can do anything with this anymore.
Yeah, I just don't want it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
It's yours.
Smells bad.
It's a little sweaty.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I lived.
Desperate times. You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm
and then
fine. Yeah.
he makes his way off to the room, kind of opens the door where James and Granny had gone in, and begins to get changed, leaving you and Esme in that living room area as she kind of just wide stance, just leans back and does that same lean she did in the abandoned house with her whole neck like craned backwards, looking up.
Oh, the blue one was Azram. He'll probably be here soon. Hopefully.
I saw, yeah. And they really are twins. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah, they are. I don't know how I forget, but yeah. They're very different.
Is your friend all right? I feel like we've caught them at a bad time.
If it's what I think it is, soon, yes, he'll be all right, but he's probably having a bit of a rough time internally. But
it seems like personal matters, and if there's any way that we could help, then let us know. But, at the moment, I think we're all a bit out of it.
Yeah, I think maybe once we get all together, we can figure out what is going on. I don't know what happened with them. I didn't even know they were together. As for Vincent, I don't know.
It's all right. She lies back and says, "Thank you for letting us stay here.
Of course.
We will try to get out of your hair as soon as we can, or come up with something at least."
Absolutely, no rush. I still want to help you, so.
We can talk about it when everyone's rested.
Sounds good.
And kind of cutting over, Vincent, door shuts behind you to the darkness of your bedroom, the two very large sort of queen-sized beds that are there. What are you doing?
He will go to sit down on his bed. And he puts his head in his hands, and he sits there quietly for a moment. And he says out loud, "Why now? You have been quiet for months. Why right now?"
Your weight sinks into the bed a bit, this very soft resting place, missing a comforting weight to it that is currently not there. And you speak outward, wanting a response. And all you can feel is apologetic. But there is no words.
I know you can hear me. Come on.
Continue.
I don't want to hurt anyone. Please, leave me alone. Just... Haven't you already done enough?
You feel your heart sink as you say those words, and you're not entirely sure why. Silence.
He looks over to the other side of the bed, where Renee usually is, and he says, "Please don't interfere with this. At least this." I need them to help him, okay? And that's it.
The other side of the bed is empty, made probably by Claudia, as you were gone. And just the night before, you see the image of Renee lying there, pale, weak. And as you lose yourself a bit in that image, you feel a very slight feeling, almost imperceptible, if it wasn't so tangible, as you feel weight on your pinky. That is there for a moment and then gone. Is there anything that you two would be doing here? We're going to advance time a little bit for about another hour, basically. So right now it's around like 2 or so. So if we advance another hour, it would be like 3.
Probably just rest, not anything crazy.
Esme makes good on her promise and stands up and goes down to the bar to get a drink to kind of clear her head a bit. And a little over an hour later, you hear the keys kind of as Azram, Deville, and someone you don't immediately recognize.
Okay.
They look very much like a generic person, but I want you to give me an insight check, Ladara, as this person walks in.
Okay.
All suspicious.
That's not suspicious at all. 20.
Whoever this is, they're very obviously disguised. And they look to be just like a human man who's kind of wearing a very generic Lunastra garb. Someone you have not seen before that just walks in with your companions. And you look and see Deville just kind of, literally just like, as they both walk in. And there's a bit of, they're not harmed in any way. They don't look as though, this group of people doesn't look as though they're disturbed by any means. So Azram looks to be fine, not wounded.
Who is that?
Yeah, who is that?
Is this just a random person?
He's a companion of mine from my
Is he?
old adventuring days.
Is he really?
Yes, his name is
The hesitation.
David.
I don't believe
David
you.
and Deville.
Okay, this is not working. Can you please just... I realize that you're nervous, but I'm not nervous, okay? I'm not nervous.
What is... Who?
I thought it would be shocking if you... Okay, and you see the disguise drop.
Her face immediately drops.
In front of you, Dresden stands. You can see a slight blush in his cheeks as he's kind of looking away. As he says, I just didn't want to... I wanted to ease in that I was...
What are you doing here? What are you said that...
I know.
Is everything all right?
Everything's... He's avoiding eye contact currently, or just like kind of looking around. He says, everything's...
Are you here for why I think you're here, or...
No, I haven't made as much progress as I would have liked to on that front.
Okay, so then there's nothing to worry about, then. You're all right.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm just...
Okay, thank God. And she'll get up and come over and be like, what are you doing here?
It's good to see you too.
She gives him a hug.
She's kind of frozen for a second.
It's been a long time.
His arms don't respond as he's just kind of...
Oh, sorry.
No.
Is that forward? I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. You're fine. I'm just...
You look different.
Thanks.
You look nice.
I'm less angry, I suppose. I mean, I still carry a base amount of anger, but...
Naturally. You do seem a bit different.
He starts to kind of mess his hair a little bit as Azram, you've been with Dresden most of today, and everything has been, quick retort, a bit of cockiness in his responses, and right now, he's kind of not very good at this at all, as he's just kind of No, I was in town. I was in town, and I ran into Azram, and I thought, he convinced me to say hi. I told him.
Were you not going to? Did you know that we were here?
I assumed. I had an assumption that you might be around.
Okay, it's a little strange.
Astrid's like snickering.
So you guys have been together, both. You've been with Dresden all day.
Yeah, it's my homie.
Oh,
Yeah, we're friends. It's fun.
Just homies hanging out.
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm glad that you're here.
It's nice to see you too, he says as he finally looks you in the eye. Mm-hmm. The door to the room opens. And I was trying to figure out what he would be doing.
Is he still
in the
shirtless? Putting a
hour.
different shirt on?
You told him that he was sweaty. And so walking out
my God.
in a towel,
No.
apparently, kind of
I'm gonna vomit.
walking
You hold too much power.
opens the door. And he says, oh, God. And
No, I told you to put a shirt on. This is complete opposite.
Dresden's eyes go wide and he says, good God, there really are two of them.
Oh, yeah.
And Aona looks and just sort of starts to look for his staff as he's kind of
Ladar runs over and is trying to push him back into the room. Go put some clothes on, please.
Is everything all right?
Yes, everything's fine. It's just a friend. Just go out. Go out.
Push him back inside. You can hear laughter from inside the room from James.
Oh, God. James, shut
I
up.
love James.
Dresden's there and says, wow. Uh-huh.
That's Auda.
That's Aona.
That's Aona, Azram says.
Wow. Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna take Dresden away.
He's so awkward. He literally is no, it's cool.
What?
Dresden's just a little shaken from our morning. We're gonna go have a sidebar.
Yeah, yes, that's good, right.
Well, before that, what happened today? What happened with Vincent? What were you guys doing? Who is this woman?
So many questions, Ladara. So many questions.
Oh, God, and I have so many things to tell you. Oh, this is Elise, everyone.
Hi, we spoke on the sending.
Oh, nice to meet you.
It is very nice to meet you all. I'm just cooking dinner. It's very nice.
Just so you know, I'm vegan.
Oh, perfect. I got a little bit of something. James is also vegan, so
Of course he
it helps.
Oh, yeah, in the room there is James and Fenlin, but he's laying down. He's that is actually what I really need to talk to you about. And Granny is there. She's
Like your granny? Like your grandmother is here?
no, not my grandmother.
Okay, of course I would assume it's you just said granny. Why are
That's
you
just what she wants to be called, is Granny. She's helping me. She's the one who Astrid told me to go and see.
Oh.
But then she also knows my friends also need her help. It's very complicated.
Sounds complicated.
Maybe we should sit.
It sounds like we should sit.
Please, let's sit. Seville kind of sits down at a counter seat and just sinks his head into his hands. All three of you are in the same place currently. Is there anything that you all would be doing right now or trying to do? As you hear from outside, unless you've fallen asleep or something along those lines, you hear the entrance of your friends.
I think that I think Azram would, I don't know if he would just unload all of it right here. I feel like he would be a little cautious talking about some of the stuff with Geronimo and the Moonstone and the Merriment in front of Ladara's friends.
Okay, that's fair. You don't know them, so you don't know what their relationship would be. So there is a bit of a tension there as to there's a bunch of new people, and you have seen horrible things that may not have happened in this timeline, but did happen at some point. There's just a moment to decompress between you three.
I think Vincent would stay in the room for a little bit, and he would kind of work up the courage to go out. So he'd probably wait after they come back. He'd wait just a few minutes while Azram was kind of explaining some of the things.
Azram would probably explain how they were at the temple for Renee's healing. He'd probably be pretty vague about it because he also doesn't really know much.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just be like, yeah, we were there dealing with Renee and the healing related to him. And, well, the rest is history, I guess.
Oh, yeah. The good note is that you would have ridden back on your snail, the Salankari. So you got here a lot faster than they would have gotten here. But Duel kind of speaks up and says, the good news is, I mean, we got it all settled. They're going to go through with the healing. We were able to get a spot with the Lunar Quartet. And Liz kind of speaks up and says, she's just kind of cooking. And then she's like, well, I'm glad to hear that your friend's going to be okay. It's really hard to get in with the Lunar Quartet.
Would Azram know that, like, Azram doesn't really know, like, how they did it, right? He's just like, I don't know. I guess Renee's getting healed by them.
Yeah, kind of. They wouldn't have really explained it.
Yep.
So he'd be like, damn, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess from what I know, you must be near the city, but it's pretty tough. There's a long line. There's a lot of people that are waiting to get healed. So good for you all.
So
Ladar would probably, like, notice that Azram is kind of not explaining everything thoroughly for obvious reasons. And then be like, Elise, how much detail do you feel comfortable with me explaining to them so that they can help you?
Do you trust them?
With my life?
Then I trust them with mine.
Okay. And she'll go and explain them, like the day, basically explain the merriment and Fenlin and what happened to him.
Azram would be like, the merriment?
Yeah. It's us, technically.
You're the...
No,
Azram, like, grabs a dagger.
They're not going to harm anyone.
We're part of it.
You said you trust them?
I trust them, yes.
We've known Ladara technically longer than we've been in the merriment. And also, she looks around and says, we're trying to get out and be done with it.
I think Azram it would take a lot for him to trust them. Because
Yeah, of course.
I feel
That's fair.
he'd be like, I know this creepy slimy shit the merriment does. He'd be like, I don't trust. This has to be some sort of plot.
I know that you don't have to trust them right away, of course. I met them a couple years ago. Before I met you guys, I was adventuring with them for a while. They taught me a lot of the magic that I know and helped me train while I was alone. So I know that you guys don't have to trust them immediately, but I will say that they mean no harm. And yeah, that's what happened. That was the day.
Well,
Yeah, Deville just sinks into his hands and says, of course, we've got variant members in in-room. That's great. It's perfect. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, I understand, but no one saw anyone's faces, so no one is immediately after anyone, I hope.
you think that. You really do.
Azram. We've had a bad experience with the merriment today. And so forgive us if we're not the most inviting, but I suppose one of them is now cooking our dinner. And he says, yeah, but...
Poor queen. There's one more person. She's just not here right now. I don't know if she's going to be back, but there is one last person. So that makes it, like...
More merriment, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Cool. There's a tension that hangs in the air as Deville's stance is a little less relaxed now. And says, listen, at this point, if they wanted to kill us, then I suppose they had several opportunities to. Ladara, if you trust them, then I'm going to cautiously trust them as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so you said Ladara explained everything? Would we get that part yet?
Yeah. She explained everything, like the whole day.
They're like, okay, so sounds like you guys also have some sticky business with the merriment. I think we should stay away from them.
Yeah.
And
you said you didn't explain the Geronimo thing at all,
No.
right? Okay.
didn't even touch on it.
Okay.
I had an interesting meeting this morning.
Did we all have not relaxing days? Is that
Yeah,
basically
a bit of an understatement, but yeah, not
Okay.
relaxing is
cool?
apparently. For me, it was actually okay.
Luckily, Dresden was there stalking me.
What?
Okay, well, stalking is a strong word. I was just collecting information.
Just Azram, or were you following all of us? Dresden. Wait. How long have you been following us? And you didn't say anything.
It was like a spur of the moment thing. You know, not that long. Saw you all were in town. Wanted to approach. Had some...
Couldn't say hello.
Some things were holding me back, and thankfully I was able to meet up with Azram alone. Listen, we don't have to go through the whole thing. Just know that I have my reasons, and stalking is not the word I would use personally as the action word of that statement.
Okay.
Preparing myself for interaction is more accurate.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You guys see and hear a familiar, like, whoomp as a barrier goes around the living space. And I'm going to cast my last 4th level today. I'm going to cast a Sanctum.
You suddenly feel the shift in the air as though there is a invisible barrier around you all. One that you felt a few times before.
I guess Vincent's doing better.
Oh, terribly worse. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, depending.
So after the barrier goes up, just like a few seconds later, you hear the door open, and Vincent's in just like his night clothes, and it's not night yet, but he's like, I gotta take it all off. I gotta relax, and he just like goes to quietly sit in the corner. He puts his like knees up on his chest, whatever chair is open, and he doesn't speak.
The room is silent as you enter.
It's awkward.
It's a little awkward.
Whole gang's here.
Glad we all had great days. I mean, me and Alana got croissants earlier. That was nice.
Oh, that's so cute. You guys got croissants together. He looks at Dresden.
Oh my gosh.
He's blinking. He said, "That's nice. It sounds
Why did
really
you
nice." What?
Nothing. I'm glad that you got out to touch some grass.
It was nice. It honestly, it was a lovely morning until it wasn't.
Adar, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Are you okay? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
He like looks down.
I am doing just fine.
Good.
Definitely better than a couple hours ago.
Did Is Renera gonna be okay? Is that still?
Dill looks over and says, "We work something out. He's going to be fine."
Okay.
They're still going to treat him. They say that within the week, God willing, he should be back with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
How long have we been in Lunastra so far?
A day.
A day. A day and a half.
We got here like this time yesterday.
Yep.
Okay, so like 24 hours.
Destroyed
Yeah, about
Like
24 hours.
24
The
hours.
past 3 months have been like 24 hours long?
Deville kind of stands up and says, "Listen, we're all alive, though. At the end of the day, we had some twists and turns, some ups and downs. Things are good.
For
You're
now.
getting really good at this motivational speaking thing, Dill.
I'm really trying. It starts with convincing yourself. Things are good. I say we rest. From what it sounds like, you were able to outrun whatever merriment, and sort of points towards Ladara, that you were involved with, and they know not of where you are or your identities, so
Yes.
you're safe. The same, I suppose, might be able to be said for us. We haven't been accosted or stopped or attacked.
That's good. No attacks.
I think we can take a breath and enjoy one night before we...
Are we drinking?
There is a bar downstairs. Why don't we try to enjoy ourselves?
That sounds honestly perfect.
Ladara the alcoholic is coming out.
I think this night's looking up. As the door kind of to where Fenlin is kind of opens. And out kind of with her cane, Granny walks on and says,
Queen.
"Alrighty, so I put Fenlin to bed. He's all set up. He should be..." She stops.
What?
My.
And Deville is stopped in his tracks
Oh.
as he looks down the Dwarven woman. There is a very sudden look in his eyes. One that betrays every ounce of stress and tiredness he has tried so hard to keep in and to motivate you all. A nostalgia similar to the one you noticed on Geronimo's face, funnily enough, as Remy and Vincent.
Oh my god.
He looks towards the Dwarven woman. She stops. She looks up to meet his gaze. And a look hits her eyes for a moment before she just... Still just silent. Rowan. And she looks, says, "My foolish boy.
No fucking way.
Oh my god.
I should have known that you'd be wrapped up in all this trouble." And you can see Deville's eyes just go glassy for a bit.
Gosh.
As Azram, you begin to connect the dots.
Is he smart enough?
You would at least recognize names. As you see the woman that you had set out to meet this morning
Oh my god.
My god, no way.
before everything went downhill. And she smiles at him. That's where it went.
Oh my god.
There you go.